Husband have been married for about 12 years, and we have an 8-year-old son. My husband's pretty much the breadwinner. He hasn't required for me to work or really contribute financially.
Hi there. Welcome to the Coach Craig Kenneth Show. I'm your host, Coach Craig Kenneth.
And I'm your co-host, Coach Victoria.
And in this video, we're going to be looking at a video that says, I left my perfect husband.
Whoa.
Yeah. You know, I think a lot of people are getting upset because there seems to be a lot of people posting content about leaving husbands that were good to them and essentially saying that they were unhappy even though they were treated really well. And I feel like men are getting more frustrated and angry by the day, and it's getting more divisive in the dating world.
Right. And when you think about it, commitment is scary. You know, marriage is something that can be scary. Thinking about building a life with somebody and one day they could make a decision to leave or to go a different route. So the stakes are high when we're talking about these types of commitments, and we're curious to hear the stories of others, why they come to the decisions that they do. On our side, we try to understand the psychology behind it, the attachment behind it, you know, what's truly going on.
Yeah. So we have a really interesting video here, and I want you to watch the whole thing before you start freaking out. Okay? And you'll see why. You'll see why. Go ahead and play it.
All right, let's see.
My husband have been married for about 12 years, and we have an 8-year-old son. My husband's pretty much the breadwinner. He hasn't required for me to work or really contribute financially to the household the whole time we've been married. So I haven't worked, and he hasn't imposed really any like wifely duties on me. Like, I don't have to have dinner ready when he gets home from a long day of work or anything like that. I pretty much just do what I want, whether that's lay down all day or go to the gym. My son's in school now, so he's not with me all day. So I don't, really have any like wifely responsibilities. He just lets me pretty much rock. So anyway, I've been having an affair for like the last 8 to 9 months, I think. And my husband caught me. He pretty much walked in on us in the act, and he was pretty mad, but I was mad too because my husband had allowed me to have like this very comfortable, cushy life. He worked hard and he supported me and my son and, let me do whatever I wanted and let me live a soft life. And it was just embarrassing that he had caught me. And I didn't cheat because my husband had like done anything or he wasn't a good husband. He was a great husband. I was just kind of bored all day. So anyway, when my husband found out that...
Let's take a moment. Deep breaths.
What is going on? I really hope this turns around. I really hope this turns around.
Deep breaths, Victoria. Deep breaths.
It's not sounding good at all.
Okay. Keep going. Keep going. If you think you were triggered, it's going to get worse.
I was having an affair. I got mad and I made him leave our marital home, and I kept my son here, and I hired a divorce attorney because I wanted to file for divorce immediately now that my husband had caught me. And I won't allow him in the house. I won't allow him to come in here and get all his things. I won't allow him to see my son. I've already told my lawyer that I want full custody. Okay, I don't want dad to have visitation at all.
Can we pause it one sec? I hope our editor could make like a little rage meter next to your head so we can watch the rage meter go up, and maybe we could make your face get redder and redder as this goes. So there's a little bit more. Woo. I know a lot of you people are like shaking right now, and
I really
don't
hope
throw your phones.
I really hope it turns around.
Don't throw your phones.
I really hope she's going to say, and it was all a dream.
We got to watch the whole thing.
Or nightmare.
I want to keep the house, I want to keep the cars, and I want 100% of all of our marital property, whether that's his bank accounts, his investment account, his retirement accounts. I want all of that because it just was embarrassing that he caught me cheating, and I now have to impose some of that embarrassment on him. My lawyer said that it's not realistic, but I think it is, and I don't know why she's telling me that, but yeah, I'm fighting for everything. And in addition to all that stuff, I also want spousal support because I haven't worked this whole time, and I feel like I become accustomed to a certain lifestyle, and my husband should still be responsible for paying for that.
How are you feeling, Victoria?
So yeah, and that's how dumb y'all be sounding when y'all call my office.
So it sounds like she's a divorce lawyer.
I see. That was a good bait and
Yeah.
switch.
I told you the rage meter was going to be going up. I could feel it.
I
could
see.
feel your
So
anger.
she's not talking about herself. So
No.
she's talking about clients, it sounds like, that come to her with similar stories is what I assume here.
Yeah, and essentially play that last little part, how you sound to me. What was it like?
And that's how dumb y'all be sounding when y'all call my office after y'all been cheated, talking about you want me to represent.
Okay.
I see.
See, so interesting, right? Because now we have, it sounds like a divorce lawyer sharing what it's like for these people that are cheating, that they have these kinds of delusions.
Yeah, and sense of entitlement.
It's awful. I mean, could you imagine, like, if she's saying that, she's probably hearing it frequently enough that she's regurgitating a lot of the same things, just like exes do at the time of the breakup. We know those same things, right? So very interesting to hear what she had to say about that. And, you think that you could feel it tensing up, but how many people have this terrible mindset in a marriage that they leave a good man or a good person and they do all these horrible things and then they just want to exploit them and take advantage of them? It's awful.
Right. And flipping the script to say that it's the other person's fault.
Yeah, that they got caught.
Yeah.
It's like that reminds me of like Jerry Springer. Remember where the people are cheating and they don't blame the partner that cheated. They blame it on the person that had the affair with them.
Yeah.
It's like, you're blaming the wrong person.
Yeah, it makes no sense. But it also makes me wonder how many different personality types that she's might have dealt with. Some of the behavior in this video sounds very self-centered and might indicate certain personality disorders like narcissistic personality disorder.
Yeah.
That's just some of that, self-absorbed kind of behavior you would see from somebody suffering from that disorder.
I hope that people are protected in situations like this and, that the court system takes a closer look at things like this so people aren't just going to be exploited, that somebody's been cheated on, treated this badly, and then all of a sudden now they're going to be financially destroyed because they think they're entitled to all these things. It's horrible.
Right.
I mean, that just reeks of a personality disorder to me.
And I think it's interesting with her, it sounds like she's a lawyer, saying that, it's ridiculous to her. And it sounded like in the video, she was telling that person, hey, this is delusional, right? So be aware of how legal proceedings might go based on your behavior in your marriage. Be very mindful of that. And I just want to say, this sounds like a horror story, just how angry I got hearing this and talking about how commitment can be something that's terrifying because this could be a possibility.
And that was with me giving you the warning.
Right.
Could you, she would have flipped the set over.
Right.
There would have been lightning flying everywhere. The sign would have been ripped off the wall.
Right. And
if I hadn't given you a couple of heads up.
Right. And so while this can be concerning, and while there's no doubt that this happens, and maybe more often than you think, this person likely isn't just being deceptive to their partner. They probably are deceptive in many different areas in life. There probably are, signs and things that are indicative of this person's character. Not always. Some people are super crafty. Some people have spent a very long time building a certain persona and so on and so forth. However, be aware of your partner, be mindful that these things happen, but we also don't want you to be consumed with the idea that, these things happen all the time and to live in fear.
It is very sad that people do these things to each other, that people can be so exploitive and cruel to do this to somebody, but we do see it happen. And, the idea of prenuptial agreements, sometimes people get so upset, but I think that they protect both people in a lot of ways because when you have those parameters set ahead of time, it doesn't allow the state to judge how it's supposed to play out. And we had a divorce lawyer on with us
Right.
who, I've done numerous sessions with, and we've talked about how, the idea of a prenuptial agreement is not a bad thing because it's protecting you both from the law deciding how things will be split, as opposed to if you decide, okay, this is what will happen ahead of time, you're both kind of agreeing upon it, and then it's fair because you're both choosing that, as opposed to one of you may be taken advantage of by the state because the state thinks it should go one way or the other. So I don't necessarily think prenups are a bad thing because it allows you both to choose the parameters of what will happen if you don't stay together anymore.
Right. So it's important to protect yourself. And I know we titled this video and talked about leaving a perfectly good man. Yes, there's people who can mistreat even the most secure partners in the world, right? Yep. We continue showing up as best as we can. And, sometimes there are situations that really do catch us off guard. We can do our best to educate ourselves about the legal system, especially if we're getting into a legal agreement with someone.
Exactly. And that's the way you have to consider it, is that it's a legal a document, right? Not necessarily, about love. There are a lot of legal components of it, and a prenup can protect you. So just something to consider, and maybe not see it in a way that you've always seen it. It can be something that is protecting you and your partner are choosing how things will be divided if things don't work out for some reason, and not the state doing it for you. So that's the way I see it.
Right.
All right. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know your feelings. Would you get into a relationship or marriage with somebody who insisted on a prenup? Because you can work those things out ahead of time. Or would that be a deal breaker for you? We want to hear your thoughts and opinions on this one. I think this one's going to get a lot of people. A lot of people are going to be... Did they make it to the end of the video without commenting?
I know.
I don't think they made it.
I had to breathe.
All right. That's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
And I'm Coach Victoria.
And we will talk with you soon.